Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As-salatu wa-salamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah. Respected viewers and listeners, Assalamu alaikum. Today I want to narrate a very special hadith from a very special companion of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is Abdullah bin Salam radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He says the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, Ya ayyuhan nasu afshu salama wa at'imu ta'ama wa sillu al-arhama وَصَلُّوا بِاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّاسُ نِيَامٌ تَدْخُلُ الْجَنَّةِ بِالسَّلَامٍ صدق الرسول الكريم. The Most Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he stated, O people, spread the salam and feed the people with food and maintain ties of kinship and pray in the night when the people are sleeping. You will enter Jannah with peace. This hadith, as I said, is narrated by the great companion Abdullah bin Salam radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. I want to give you the circumstances in which he heard this hadith. Abdullah bin Salam, he was a Jewish rabbi in what was then known as Yathrib. When the Holy Prophet ﷺ made his hijrah from Mecca to Medina, and he heard that someone has appeared in Medina who claims to be a prophet from the Arabs. He was curious and he wanted to see him. So he went to the gathering. He presented himself at the gathering in which the people had assembled around the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And he narrates that as soon as he looked upon the beautiful countenance, the shining face of the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said, this cannot be the face of a liar. And right there and then he believed in the Holy Prophet ﷺ and became a Muslim. And then he heard this hadith in which the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that spread the salam and feed the people with food and maintain ties of kinship and also pray in the night when the people are sleeping, and you will enter Jannah with peace. If you do these basic things, the Holy Prophet is saying, very beautiful things, then you can be rest assured you will enter Jannah without any sort of anxiety, any sort of apprehension. You can rest assured. So this is known as the Hadith of Salam. And in it, I want to focus on one point, which is feeding the people. That this is something that used to be a practice of the Muslims, particularly of the Sufis in the Khanqahs. They used to feed the people. They still do in some countries. They would have the people gather, and then they would freely feed the people. And this was a way in which many non-Muslims, particularly in India, from among the Hindus and others, their hearts were softened toward Islam and they converted to Islam. It was this institution which is called langar in our language, the institution of the free kitchen where the people are fed. And this thing, which is originally an Islamic practice, it was copied by the Sikh religion that came much later, I believe in the 15th century. But even then, even though it started in the 15th century with an individual named Nanak, it took many gurus after that succeeded him supposedly until this was institutionalized as part of their religion. So this is something that they copied from the Sufis, they copied from the Muslims, the institution of the langar, and so they are known for that. But originally this is something that's from Islam, and we should revive this practice, as this is the means of da'wah. This is the means of tabligh. I believe it has just as much effect, if not more, than distributing pamphlets or distributing translations of the Quran, or having preaching Islam on social media or at speaker's corner, or this type of activity. This type of activity, I'm not diminishing it, or I'm not looking down upon it. I'm not trivializing it. It is very beautiful. It is very blessed activity. All the activity of da'wah and tabligh. But from the activity of da'wah and tabligh, from the sunnah of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, from the deen of Islam, is to feed the people. So I encourage the Muslims, especially the Muslims that are more well off, that have the ability to feed the people, whether they are Muslim or not Muslim, to spread the dastarkhan, the ma'idah, the table sheet, even on the streets where they're the homeless people, and put food there and invite the people and say, come eat, sit down and eat with me. And then while they're eating the free food, then you talk to them about Islam in that condition. that is the traditional way of how Islam was spread by the Sufis and by the Sunni Muslims. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.